Good morning. It is sea day number 2 and it's about 8:50 in the morning. Slept a little bit later than I planned. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day, a little bit cloudy, but I see some blue sky, and we're sailing pretty slowly. The captain said that we have to adhere to certain speeds when sailing through this part of the southern part, Patagonia, because there's a risk of whales hitting whales. So of course I've been whale peeping, trying to spot whales this morning. So far none, but the day is young. I suspect that the captain may announce, or someone may announce, if there are like a significant number of whales. But anyway, my plan for today is very similar to the first sea day. I'm going to go to the gym, and it's not the biggest gym, and it does seem like a lot of people on this ship are gym goers. I feel like during breakfast is probably best, so 9 o'clock feels like a good time. And then following that, I will grab some breakfast at the buffet, unless the buffet is really, really crazy, which it was, both the last 2 days, insanely busy. Only reason it wasn't busy the first day that I went is because I was there at like 6:30 or 6:45 in the morning. Then following breakfast, spa time, that is this morning. I will bring you along with me as we go to the gym and the rest of the day. I wanted to show you, this is on the TV. This is the navigation channel. And as you can see, it's going to keep switching, but it's showing where we started. So up here, Buenos Aires, Montevideo, and then it's showing our route through here. So we actually have to go through that area to get to our next port in Chile, Punta Arenas. And so it is a very interesting track that we go kind of through. So I'm imagining that's going to be a really scenic path. And then after that, we come around these fjords down to Ushuaia, which is our last port in Argentina before we go down south to Antarctica. There's a lot of information scrolling at the top of the screen. You can see weather details, sea details, the height of waves and the sea temperature, the depth, which I always found really interesting just because of how crazy deep the oceans get, and a little bit terrifying. So a lot of good information on this channel. Most of the Norwegian ships, if not all of them, should have this. And it plays music, but I haven't muted, so just thought this was kind of interesting to share. Okay, I just got back to the room from going to the gym and getting breakfast. The gym wasn't crazy crowded when I got there, and I'm glad I got there at the time I did. I had some space to do weights, and then I got on the treadmill for a while. And then Garden Cafe for breakfast, and it was crazy, crazy crowded. And 2 of the 3 sections on either side that are normally open with like the repeats of the same foods were closed. So there was only 1 section open for everyone who still wanted to get breakfast. So not only that, but I've had a hard time finding a table to sit at. So I've ended up having to go out and sit and eat on the pool deck, which is fine because the weather has been okay. But that may not be the case for the future sea days. We had a sign out so that the Garden Cafe outdoor doors leading to the pool deck were closed due to inclement weather, and I didn't really realize it, but I guess during the time I was at the gym, the weather has gotten pretty crazy. I'm looking out at the waves, and you can see, like, it's rolling. The ship is moving a lot more than it was this morning, and there's creaking, a little bit of creaking happening in my cabin, so I know that is a sign that we're moving, we're rocking. I will try to capture some of like the rolling waves here on the ocean. I'm not sure if I can see on the TV like the winds and the swells to see what the height of the swells are, but I'll try to get some footage of that. But right now I forgot my sandals in the room, so I wasn't planning on coming back here, but I need them for the spa, so that's the whole reason I came back. I might just go ahead and shower in here instead of going to the spa and then go afterwards. I am also very fortunate in that I do not get seasick on cruise ships. I have meds and patches just in case, but I've never needed them. But I don't know if I wanted to see if you could hear the creaking going on up in the corner. Of course, it kind of stopped right as I started filming, but it is creaking in here. Hopefully, I'll be able to sleep through that. But I brought earplugs just in case. I always have earplugs with me. You never know when you might have sounds that interrupt your plans for sleeping. So. I'm in my cabin trying to get in the shower and get ready for dinner, but I keep seeing whales and sea life and things out here that I want to capture and also want to see. So I keep looking out, seeing something, and then grabbing my camera, and it's amazing. Good evening. It is 7:15 and I thought I would just give you an update of the day while I finish getting ready. As you can see, I've done makeup, have to do hair. Today was another very chill sea day. I did a lot of reading and I finally finished the book that I was reading. Today I saw tons of wildlife outside. I spent a lot of time this afternoon hanging out on my balcony, and there was a moment where I just happened to look up. And as I looked up, directly in my line of sight, there was what I believe to be a whale because of the spout. I also believe I saw dolphins and sea lions. I know I saw sea lions because I actually captured that on video. But the dolphins, not 100% sure about. I did some Googling, and dolphins are in this area, and it's possible that they were here. But it was kind of hard to get a good look, and as a non-marine life expert, I am not 100% certain, but either way, seeing any marine life is amazing, and once I saw the first bit, I just kept looking for it and would see it pop up here and there, and I tried to capture it on video, but every time I got my camera ready, they disappeared under the surface of the water. At the end of the day, I did finally get some on footage, and I've captured that and will share it. I also share that on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's Mare Cruises Solo. You can find me over there. You should give me a follow. I post real-time updates on my trips for where I am that day. So anyway, dinner plans. I don't have any reservations tonight. I'm not doing a specialty dining this evening. I only have 5 specialty dinings for the cruise, so I have a couple saved for later on. One for New Year's, I think it's New Year's Eve, it may be New Year's Day, and another one later on in the cruise. My plan for tonight is to either do main dining room, which I think I'm going to go down and check out the menu there first, and if there's nothing that pops out at me, I then will go to Ginza, which is the Asian restaurant, because I went there the other day and it was pretty good, although the service was a little slow. I think they were busy when I went, but that's always, it's hit or miss depending on what time you decide to go to dinner. It could be really crowded, and I was sitting at the sushi bar. That's just where they sat me. It's not where I chose to be sat, so I don't think that necessarily had anything to do with it. That just was an indicator to me that they were particularly busy. Sea days are just always going to be like that. Now that we're partway in the cruise, people are starting to figure out where their favorites are. So I expect that crowds are just going to be a part of it. This is a full ship. We have 2,500 passengers on board, if I haven't mentioned that already in this vlog series. And supposedly what I've heard, though, I have not verified this myself with any crew members, but I have heard that there are 800 individuals under the age of 18 out of 2,500, which staggering numbers. I mean, I expected that there would be a larger number of families and kids on board, but 800 out of 2,500 is unheard of, especially on a smaller ship where there's not quite as much activities for kids to do. A lot of families on board, and the ship is very full. That is why on sea days like today, I have chosen to either hang out in the spa in the relaxation lounge area or come back to my cabin and hang out here. No matter what ship you go on, people have a habit of hogging chairs. The other sea day, I spent a little bit of time in Spice H2O reading in the afternoon. There was like, you know, one of those big, comfy, cozy chairs. One of them I just sat and stared at for about an hour and nobody came. But all their stuff was sitting there, stuff to clearly, obviously save it. It's a bummer that people feel the need to put their stuff somewhere and then not use the place that they've reserved, but I'm sure if you're watching this and you've been on a cruise, you know exactly what I'm talking about and you've seen it happen too. So I'm just gonna finish up here and then wander down to deck 7 and see what the main dining room menu looks like. Two main dining room names are Versailles and Aqua, and I've only been to Versailles so far, and it is day 5 of the cruise, so maybe I'll check out the other one, Aqua, and see what the atmosphere is like. The menu is exactly the same. All the main dining rooms share the same menu. Okay, here's the finished product. I am ready for dinner, so I'm gonna head down. Just wanted to show you what it looked like after I finished the curling. Here is tonight's outfit. Just a like pink laced crop with, oh boy, why is this not focusing? With some loose light khaki pants and my heels. So I'm gonna grab a jacket to wear with this and then go ahead and head down to dinner. Good evening. We are back in my cabin and it's late. It's almost midnight and I need to go to bed soon, but I just wanted to check in and close this vlog for tonight. I had another amazing sea day. Definitely was not super exciting as far as activities, but I really enjoyed myself. I had a spa time, gym time, Really good food. I also saw lots of marine life, which I tried my best to capture on camera, and hopefully I did. It's going to be a tight day tomorrow morning because I have to wake up at 7 a.m. to make an 8 o'clock spa appointment, and then 10 o'clock meeting time for the excursion that I have booked for tomorrow, which is the Magdalena Penguin excursion, which I'm very excited about. So anyway, tomorrow's going to be an early morning, but I will bring you along with me. I just wanted to catch up and check in for the night and say, see you tomorrow.